Is editing an audition tape cheating? I'm assuming you're preparing for upcoming auditions, whether they're for college auditions where you have pre-screenings due on December 1st, or maybe for orchestra auditions where they might ask you to record an audition tape and send it in either on audio or video before you're actually invited to the live audition. Now you may be wondering, okay, how do I record this? Should I get a recording engineer? Am I allowed to edit the recording? Today I want to help you understand the considerations of whether or not editing an audition tape is okay and whether you should consider doing it. I'm also going to talk about my Met Orchestra audition tape and what I decided to do in terms of editing or not. If you're interested in a more thorough strategical approach to audition preparation, I have a step-by-step guide on audition preparation called the Audition Cheat Sheet. It walks you through the 5 steps you should take from the day you get the list until the day of the audition. You can go ahead and download that at robknopper.com/audition cheat sheet. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up below, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I want to hear from you. What do you think about editing your audition tape? Do you think it's okay? Please let me know in the comments below if you have thoughts about whether editing an audition tape is cheating and whether students should do it. I'm excited to get into this. I'm going to bring in a special someone to help discuss back and forth the considerations. Okay, first of all, Rob, why don't you tell me why it's wrong to edit your audition tape? Well, I'm glad you asked me that question, Rob. It'd be my pleasure to explain to you why it's wrong. First of all, an orchestra or a college is trying to figure out how you play as a musician. So don't you think it's kind of wrong to manipulate your tape just so that they think you're a better player than you are? Like, in the end, they're gonna figure it out, so why would you essentially lie about it during the audition tape? Okay, I get what you're saying, but isn't it the responsibility of the orchestra or the college to decide whether or not an audition tape is a fair way to judge how a player plays? I mean, if they really want to see how you play live, they'll just bring you in live. It's not your responsibility to give them that all-natural, unedited version. It's their responsibility to understand, okay, well, we asked him to play an audition tape. Of course it's gonna edit. It's an audition tape. Second of all, you know, edit all you want, cheat all you want. The people who are gonna be watching your audition tape are professionals, and if there's any little thing, if there's a click or a pop because of an edit, if there's anything unprofessional about it, they're gonna be able to hear potentially, they're gonna know you've edited. They would think that hearing those things would be disqualifying. If you leave a click or a pop in your audition tape, or if the video and the audio aren't lined up, then you've just done a sloppy job editing your audition tape. And the judges will say, well, we asked them to make an audition tape, and this audition tape is sloppy. Based on the sloppiness of this audition tape, we know that their aesthetic level or standard isn't as high as we need it to be. Third reason, it's not in the spirit of the competition. You're not being fair to the people who maybe can't afford an editor or who choose to be honest and not edit. It's not fair to them to say, well, screw the rules, I'm gonna edit anyway, and disadvantage you who did it the quote honest way. Okay, but that's only true if you make the assumption that an honest tape is an unedited tape. If you're assigned an audition tape, that is an art form in itself. You are the musician in charge of making a great audition tape. You're not just somebody who plays your instrument. You know this, Rob, we talked about this in previous videos. If you're making an audition tape, you see it all the way through, from the playing to the recording, video and audio, to the lighting, all the way to the moment that the judge watches or listens to your audition tape. The competition is not about who can play the best in that case. The competition is based on the thing you were assigned. Who can turn in the best audition tape? The judge isn't looking for who can play the fastest or who can play the most accurate. They're looking for who can turn in the most musical tape. If you have a computer and you have a basic free piece of software like GarageBand, you can edit it as much as you need for these purposes. I've sat and listened to audition tapes at the Met. I've listened to audition tapes for the Carnegie Youth Orchestra. You can tell right away the kind of people who took the attention and care and detail to their audition tape, that they would absolutely not be okay with turning in an audition tape with mistakes. The people listening to those auditions, they know that you have as many tries as you want to play Porgy and Bess perfectly. They're gonna say, even though that person may have potential, they are not in the running for this audition because we already got so many audition tapes with 100% attention to detail. Every note, every dynamic, every rhythm, every pitch, everything is in the right place and it looks great, that's the group of people that we want to give a live audition to in order to consider them for this spot. By the way, you remember when we actually did edit our audition tape for the Met Orchestra? Yeah, we recorded the live part of Carmen on tambourine with one instrument, and then there was a measure or two of rest, and we recorded the soft part with another instrument, and then we just spliced them together. I'm not even sure we recorded those on the same day. Yeah, but even though we did editing, that's not to say that we didn't do an incredible amount of work preparing. We probably spent a month and a half learning the notes, practicing, self-recording, and getting ready for that recording day before we even went into the session. And do you remember in high school when we were auditioning for Interlochen? It called for a C major scale, and we probably played a C major scale about 100 times before we got one with no missed notes. Yeah, I feel very sorry for the recording engineer who had to sit in the room and listen to all those C major scales. Okay, if you want to understand the steps to preparing for an audition, you can go to robknopper.com/audition cheat sheet, and it'll walk you through the steps from the day you get the list until the day of the audition. All right, you want to do this part together? If you like this video, hit the thumbs up below, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we will see you in the next video. That sucked.